and welcome, beloveds, to the Dr. Mumbi Show. My name is Dr. MumbiSeraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray that you are well in all your ways and that you are moving into living life truly on your own terms, because that is what is demanded of us. And there's a new breed of African that is being born in each and every one of us. We are a courageous people. We are a mighty people. We are a beautiful and creative and loving and generous people. And we really need to return to the center of that. Of course, there are a few bad apples like in every cart, and those are just being exposed in these seasons and times is when you're going to see, the wheat from the chaff, if you want to put it like that. And we are truly a new breed of Africa. And I really want to thank everyone that supports us on our Patreon and our PayPal accounts. Go ahead and consider supporting us, beloved, so that we can continue to bring you the news from all over Africa every single day. Now, some amazing news. This was emailed to me by our brother called Jacob. Really happy that you sent me this story. If you'd like to share any stories, email me drmumbi@drmumbishow.com. So, a couple of months ago, I don't even know if it's a month yet, but Burundi got a new president called Evariste Ndayishimiye, and he was sworn in. Well, he won the election, and then before he was sworn in, the then president of Burundi, who was going to be like the overlord or I think the grand seer for the rest of his life, basically, he died of a heart attack, and then we got this new president. I didn't really know much about him. I was kind of wondering who sent him, because everyone's got some sponsor. I was really wondering who his sponsors were, but now I've been pleasantly surprised because he is demanding, the Burundian government has come out and they are demanding Belgium and Germany to pay $43 billion, beloveds, in reparations for harm done during decades of colonial rule over the nickel-producing East African nation. Now, they have been inspired by the fact that the Democratic Republic of Congo actually demanded compensation after Belgian King Philippe in June offered his deepest regrets over his nation's colonial past in the Congo. And, they said, well, because there's been all these anti-racism events happening across the world, anti-racism demonstrations. And so he had apologized after pressure from that. And what we saw is the Democratic Republic of Congo saying, we can't need apologies. So start thinking reparations. And now Burundi seems to have been, inspired by that, because they also want Belgium and Germany to return archival material and objects stolen between 1899 and 1962. There's a senator, the Senate president, actually, Reparation. He told senators in the capital, Gitega, on Thursday. And this has started since 2018, when the Senate appointed a panel, including historians and anthropologists, to investigate the impact of colonialism in the nation. And much of Burundi's present-day political challenges can be traced back to a decree by Belgian King Albert I to classify the population along 3 ethnic groups. And that's where this, because we didn't come up with tribes. First of all, tribes is a demeaning term. We were nations, we were kingdoms, but they, when they carved up Africa in 1880, it wasn't just random. They would split, and I think I've talked about this before in Wake Up Africa, in my Wake Up Africa series, where they would split a tribe, a nation in two, and then call you all 3 tribes, or they'd find that you and another tribe were real rivals, and they just box you in together. The only people who have been successfully able to deal with this demon of tribalism have been Tanzania, and it was just because of their founding father Nyerere, who said, let's put development aside, let's put capitalism aside, let's create a brotherhood, because they have 120 tribes. No one even knows, nations, I should say. No one even knows who's what. But here in Kenya, we have 40 something, and we're all up each other's necks because of the 4 or 5 that are leading. But this is amazing. And so, they say that much of Burundi's present day political challenges actually can be traced to the fact that, the population was divided along these 3 ethnic groups, divide and conquer. And this is according to Burundian historian Alois Batungwa Nyayo. and a doctoral researcher at Lausanne University. This is awesome. I'm just like, what? So, but Tungwayo, the historian, she said, she or he, I'm not sure, sorry. She said, it is this decree that has led to conflicts in Burundi and the region because some of the population was excluded from the ruling class because of this decree. And, other ills of colonization, Burundi has accused Belgium of fomenting dissent in the country, especially in the recent past, and sheltering plotters of an attempted coup in 2015, and still meddling in local politics. What? Burundi? Hey, we're a new breed of African. I say that, and then something like this happens, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm really seeing this. This is amazing. It looks like we're really getting some some presidents with some kind of backbone, and this is the direction we're going to be going. And I don't know if we should really hold our breath for them to pay us because they ain't got money, but they better get their dirty hands out of our nations, if you know what I mean. So, wow. This is amazing. And the sad thing is, while King Philippe, the current, king of whatever Belgium, he seems sad about and remorseful about King Leopold II's atrocities in Congo and for the suffering and humiliation in the subsequent Belgian colonial period. His expression of regret to Congolese President Felix Tshisekedi in June was not an apology, as many of you pointed out. Now, there's something that really caught my attention about this story, because can you imagine that it only appeared in a paid part of the Bloomberg newspaper? So no local dailies have run it so far. And this is why I'm saying we've got to capture the narrative that matters to us and carry the narrative, because now our people know to put energy behind this and to, to spiritually support Burundi in this move forward. The game is changing, beloveds. The matrix is flipping back to the way it always was. These are exciting times. Let me know what you think in the comments, but congratulations, Burundi. Tuko pamoja.
Wake up, Africa, your time has come. Open up your eyes and see the sun. Open up your spirit. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, Africa.
Hello and welcome to Africa Watch on the Dr. Mumbi Show. My name is Dr. MumbiSeraki. I'm not in Nairobi, Kenya. I'm all the way in New York City, just, doing my thing. And some strange things have been happening across the African continent. The news never stops. And there was a shocking revelation that came out. So apparently, there's a German minister who recently came out and said that in order to stop or to curb the migration of so many young people to Europe, they want to start building colonial cities in Africa. And basically, these cities would be run by the former colonialists, like by Germany, by the EU, by Britain. And they would be, a law unto themselves, and that they would now sponsor the young people. Instead of having them go to Europe, they'd now be able to come to the city, find work, find a living. This is crazy. This is crazy. I mean, these guys never stop. And so this proposal by the senior German official for foreign powers to acquire land in Africa and be cities onto their own. And what they're calling it is voluntary colonialism. I'm telling you, their agenda and their strategy, I was just like, really? Now, before everyone, before you lose it, the African Union has rejected it as a lazy solution to the emigration of African youth to Europe. But it just confirms to us that these people continuously look for ways to keep us enslaved, to recolonize us. I mean, they've got the neo-colonial agenda that is covert or overt or whatever you want to call it. And then now they're blatantly coming out and telling us what their agenda is. I'm just glad the African Union turned it down, but this is worrying. This is very disturbing. That an idea like this would even be seeded in someone's mind is totally crazy. And you know what's more crazy? Is they were actually African analysts who agreed and said, you know what, actually that's such a good idea, they should come and help us with our youth and help us with I was just like, we are part of our problem. I'm telling you, sometimes you want to blame the colonizer, But seriously, we are also part of our problem. And, you know, I can't believe, I just want to share with you what this proposal said. So apparently, they were just saying, like, if not a country like Germany or the UK, they would propose that the EU or the World Bank, which we know are total globalist New World Order agenda people, should build and run cities in Africa to boost job creation and development on the continent. And you know what disturbs me? Is that they try and make it seem that the issue with lack of development in Africa is just happening, you know, because we can't get it together. They don't talk about how it's their hidden hand that has kept Africa where it is.